honest, I really hope this game does good. I really do. But there's so many flags that's saying that this game, I ain't gonna say dead on arrival, but I think it's eating more than it can chew. I mean, I hope it does good. I hope I'm wrong. This game has to be no less than a Game of the Year contender. It just has to be. It's too ambitious. There's too much that's going on in this game. What do you mean? Oh. There's just too much that's going on with this game. The map is huge. Talking about Crimson Desert. They said that this game is. Let me set this up. Let me set this up. Let me get my big ass head out the way. So this Crimson Desert's open world is at least twice as big as Skyrim's and larger than Red Dead Redemption's 2. Personally, I don't think that's a good thing because Skyrim is already big as shit and Red Dead 2 is big as shit. Why? What is the if the game is great, then I will backtrack all I'm saying about this. I will backtrack all I'm saying about this because if they come up with good reviews, I'm gonna give it. But I'm not leaving looking at this game right away. That's one of the main reasons why. There's too much that goes on anymore with these games. And it better not have no microtransactions in it either. Pay attention to that. I'm going through some of these comments. I'm going to see if some people got the same mindset I got. So it could be 100 times as big, but if you don't fill it with content, it's going to be worthless. Too many games have great content at A and B, but nothing in between. It just got to be a linear story, bruh. I know people probably even say, well, what about The Witcher? The Witcher was more linear than it was just you can do whatever the fuck you want type of game. This just sounds like GTA with dragons. So just because a game got a big map don't mean necessarily doesn't mean it's a good thing. It's rare when a game is that big and it does good. It's not a big handful of games that can do that. That's why they say Red Dead 2 and Skyrim. That's pretty much almost a list of within itself. People aren't going to play your game forever, guys. That's what developers need to understand. Cats ain't gonna be playing your game forever, let alone they ain't gonna be playing your whole game all throughout the whole year. Just make your games with the purpose of what's needed. Just make it make sense. Have good gameplay. Even side quests to an extent, just make them meaningful. No more fetch quests. No more bullshit. Unless it's part of crafting your armor or some weapons or some shit, man, that'd be cool, I guess. But I ain't trying to be herding no damn sheep in a video game, bruh. Real talk. There we go. It's gonna be a lot of copy and pasting going on. And we'll see some gameplay. So this ain't gonna be a long ass video. I just have to get my mind set with this game because It's ambitious, but it's not screaming game of the year contender, but it needs to be. It's just my personal opinion. It's getting too hype. It's getting too hype. And plus it's $70. The only game these dudes made was Black Desert. And they coming in swinging, asking for $70 on that game. It's their first single, just their first game besides Black Desert. But let's look at some gameplay. It's the most recent. Shit. Damn, you gotta literally type in gameplay. Damn. The heck? Everything's plugged in. Oh, man. Let's see. Alright, sorry guys. Same technology.
This game, you can clearly slay dragons. Is that true?
There are dragons in the game, and you do fight them. We haven't revealed just yet whether or not you can actually slay them, but you can fight them, you can fly them.
Can you lay them?
I'm sorry to the Lua fans, but at this point we're not confirming whether or not there's dragon relations.
Could you speak a little bit to how big this game is?
We've been seeing some news out there with some specific numbers floating around about how big the map is. I don't think numbers really do it justice because how big is that in terms of scope and scale? But what we can say is the world's at least twice as big as the open world and playable area of Skyrim. It's larger than the map of a Red Dead Redemption 2. Open world games are about doing things, having activities, having distractions. So we wanted to create a world that's not only massive, but is also incredibly interactive. Obviously, you and your community, Lua, care a lot about romance systems. This is not that type of game in terms of RPG elements and decision making. What it is, though, is you choose the type of character that you want to play as in terms of your progression within the systems in the game. And then through basically headcanon, you're having a very different experience than other players because of the scope and scale of the game. You'll be distracted by something, you'll go on this quest line, you'll have an experience that'll be radically different than someone else, even though they're playing the same game. The guiding principle for the game is around empowering the player and not forcing them into specific choices. There's a lot of time between now and launch. In March for us to be able to collaborate on the systems.
It don't even look like
show people.
It don't even got that stupid ass Souls-like game.
Say I have an hour to jump in and play this game after work. What is my experience going to look like? So we've done a little bit of showing when you're not in combat, how you're taking advantage and interacting in the world, harvesting resource, gathering them for a whole crafting system that we have in the game for equipment as well as.
You can build your house apparently.
There is a house. The world is made to be interacted with, and that's also how you learn about the world. So by talking to NPCs, by picking up chickens, then you've learned and your codex will have been updated about the chicken.
What about things that go beyond like fighting? Is there like puzzles? Is there like different types of quests?
That's a great question. One of the things that we showcased, we had a team over to Korea to do a deep dive kind of behind the scenes last September. They came out and we showed them a glimpse of a bunch of different systems. One of the systems that we showed them was in what we call the aerial abyss. It's those sky islands that you see there. That's a very important and pivotal part in the story and quest and mystery surrounding the world. In those sky islands, there are puzzles. They all have a different vibe, if you will, and then treasures and rewards for completing them.
When can people get the game? Where can they get it? What does that look like for you guys?
The game comes out on March 19th across basically every platform. It'll be available on consoles on PS5, as well as Xbox Series X and S, PC, as well as natively on Mac.
Yeah, this will be on Steam Deck game. That'll be lit.
Hello, it's your favorite sports
what
here.
up,
Don't forget to hit that subscribe.
This game you can clearly...
Let's go one more, and then I'll get my last bits and pieces off of it. So let me get better with these videos. So I got the Game and Dispatch coming up again.
Desert, the open world action adventure set in the fantasy continent of Highwell. First up for you, we've got 11 minutes of brand new gameplay to show, featuring a full quest as our hero Cliff is tasked with infiltrating a castle.
Spells and your weapons. Like, everything is sweet about it. There's a lot of things that's sweet about this game, bro. But again, it's just the company as well. They don't have much credibility for me to just say, "Oh, this game is going to be amazing." This could be their first game that makes me say that. I just have to, I gotta wait for reviews for this game. Like I said, I want to like the game. I want this game to be fire. I want this game to be the head of the game of the year contender. There's so much that's going on for this game. It's not that much, it don't look like it's jittering around either. This could be a high-end PC.
To meet your end, I'll be happy to oblige.
I want this game to be dope just for the sake of it'll lead the way of getting off that Souls-like gameplay. I'm tired of that. This is more the Witcher's. More the Witcher realm, Shadow of Mordor type of gameplay. Alright, so I'm with it. I just don't trust the company. It's not the game itself, more so the people that's making it. Like I said, I hope they do good though, because I would like to be a fan. Then I could trust them for their next game. It was different when I was hyped for Expedition 33. Like, nobody was really talking about that game at all. There's too many people. Usually when games are talked about this much, they usually don't do good. And plus, why the hell is it $70? Should've just made that shit 40 and Cass would've jumped on that shit immediately. That $70 could turn into profit from word of mouth if it has to be no less than an 8. It has to be no less than an 8 out of 10. 8.5 on top of that. 8.5 to a 9. It has to be. It's too ambitious. Too hyped. I don't want to see no bugs in this game and all that shit. The performance gotta be on point and all that shit, bro. Pretty cool boss fight though. I wonder if no, I know the bow's not optional. It's probably just a secondary weapon. That looks like Assassin's Creed with the combat as well. I like it. It's just so many. It just gives up a lot of red flags, so in which the industry has seen before. Interesting. Well, yeah, that was my thoughts on Crimson Desert. I just had to get I just been about this game for a quick moment because it'll be available in March. Release at March 19th. It's around the corner. Might be the first big game of 2026. Unless Resident Evil come in swinging as well. But yeah, for a good year though, for sure. Appreciate you guys watching the video. Get to like and subscribe. Peace.